Hey, what up guys, it's Juan, JB Reviews. Today we have the Sony G Master 70-200. Alright, so getting into it, the Sony G Master 2.8 is going to cost you a kidney. Seriously, thing is expensive. Now, with it being the f2.8 and not the f4, you will be getting better aperture, which is great for low light, but you will be getting added weight and added bulk. It is built like a tank, but again, it is heavier than, say, the f4, and it is also bigger in size compared to that. You are looking for the top-of-the-line product that Sony has to offer. The G Master series is going to be the top of the line in terms of quality and build. Now, the lens does have 3 focus hold buttons on the lens itself. Now, this is going to be excellent for photographers or even videographers, depending on what you're trying to go for. The lens does also come with a small knob here, so for example, if you do have it mounted on a tripod, you turn the knob, it loosens up the ring right here, which actually allows you to turn the lens to portrait mode or back to landscape, which is going to be excellent. For example, if you're shooting a wedding, this will let you swap over to portrait quickly without having to dismount and go through all that hassle. Now, that feature is going to not be as useful for videographers just because they're probably not shooting in portrait. No one really shoots portrait video unless you're on Snapchat or on an Instagram story. So for videographers, it's not going to be quite as useful, but again, for photographers, this is going to be very, very useful. You do get autofocus and manual focus right there. On the switches on the side, you do get full to infinite to 3 meters in terms of focus right there. Below that, you do get optical steady shot. So this lens does come with internal stabilization. So assuming you have a mirrorless camera that doesn't have stabilization, this will do the job. Now, if you do, for example, I'm shooting on the Sony a7 III, it will work with the lens and use both stabilizations to give you like a 5-axis setup. And below that, you do get mode 1 and 2. 1 will be better for panning and moving around. The other is going to be a little bit better for quick movements and such. Now, if you are wondering what the filter size is on the G Master, it's going to be a 77mm thread. Now, in terms of sharpness, this is an excellent lens. I've had a little bit of time to play with it and just test it out in the backyard a little bit, just take some photos around the parks and such, and this is going to be an excellent lens. It's very sharp, very crisp. Around the edges of photos, there's no distortion or chromatic aberrations, not that I saw anyways. It definitely holds up with most prime lenses from what I have seen. The G Master does come with the tripod mount, it comes with a lens cap, it comes with a lens hood. The case contains all of that. It comes with a traveling case, a strap as well in case you want to travel with it separately. You can just drop it in the case, zip it up, and you're good to go. Now, the G Master is going to be weather sealed. Now, personally, I'm a little bit paranoid about getting this lens out in the rain, but it is weather sealed, so do take that in mind. It will provide some level of defense against the elements. The autofocus is another excellent feature of the lens. It's going to be very responsive, very quick. The lens hood on the G Master does come with this pretty convenient and pretty handy slot that slides forward and back. So that's going to be great if you do have, like, for example, a variable ND filter. You can just slide it forward and then just adjust the filter from that point on without having to take off the lens completely off the tripod, for example, or take the hood off. You can basically just slide the slot forward and adjust it from there. So for portrait photography, this is going to be an excellent choice. If you want, you can basically just pop it on the camera body, and at 70mm, it's going to give you a great depth of field. You can punch into 100 or even 200 depending on what you're looking for, and it's just going to completely melt away the background. So for video, when you are punching in from 70 to say 135, for example, the lens holds up very well. It's very responsive and adjusts really well to that added zoom on it. There isn't a lot of hunting or breathing. This is not a dedicated cinema lens, but it does do an excellent job for that, for any videographer that's shooting a sporting event or a wedding. So if you are looking for a 70-200 lens for any sort of events, weddings, sports photography, any of that, this is going to be one to look into. It definitely gets my seal of approval, and I'm going to give it an A+. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below with any questions you might have on the lens, and besides that, wash your hands, stay safe out there. This is Juan at JB Reviews. I'll catch you next time.